gonna try to do some Figma animation here. In fact, it was this animation that kind of inspired me to do this. It's basically a write-on effect, but I'm thinking a very simple fill animation could do the trick. So like, leave the frame here. Just trying to slide it off screen, which is a little wonky. You gotta hold space bar to make sure it doesn't jump out. I do want it to be more than big enough. The cover, we can make it a color. I can't see it right now, but that's alright. And then we animate it from here to here. I like doing on click because it's just, you can do it on delay. And then over here, we need this guy that we made, and we slide it in. So that's like, you should be able to see it here. Reset it. And then I could set it to potentially go back after delay. Yeah. So just a wipe basically, but if you use this kind of an animation on the text, then it'll look like something like this, right? Writing on or writing off, or a fancy colorful layering effect is kind of, I think, just stacking several of the text layers on top of each other. So that's what I was thinking about doing. Now, I mean, you try to use Figma for animation, which is probably a mistake. And the more I learn, the more I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And you can create quick, snappy designs, and there's some cool settings to quickly kind of retime it and adjust things. But you don't have a timeline. And so it's just, that's kind of like a little scary. And then in this, you know, well, I had this all set up. And so I was going to animate this rectangle I made across here. Whoops. Gotta hold spacebar as I drag it. And as you can see, well, the presentation is not loading the font properly, and I don't know why. I might be able to remake it, and it'll work. That's kind of what I'm doing down there, but I think that's kind of a cool effect if it worked properly. Like down here, it looks good. And so let's see if we can get this working. I don't know why when I click on, you know, this frame here, it looks, this one looks right. Has the right font. This one has partially the right font for the gray letter overlay, but the background, this layer here, will not. Oh, do we get it? Okay. But it looks kind of crappy because maybe, I'm wondering if this whole group, and we might want to do, isn't this multi-editing up here? Select matching layers. There was a button for multi-editing I found. Or maybe that was with variants. I don't know, but we basically want to edit this one and this one in order to add an effect. Not a drop shadow. I'm thinking, actually maybe it is a drop shadow. Could be a blur. But I think a drop shadow. Can't spread it. It'd be 0, maybe a little. No, it's got to be on top, though. I want it to be bigger. I want it to cover up more. I don't know. Let's see if I can jack this up to make it. If it's the right color, does that work? Why didn't that work? Damn it. Fuck. D9. Wait. There. D9. Okay. Right? Where are we? What is going on here? We still got the eyedropper, which is, I think, bugging out here. I don't want the eyedropper. Escape. Damn it. You went back to being skinny here, huh? Alright, so... I don't know. This is one of those things that's like, it's a bug, obviously, and makes you not want to use the program. That shadow's looking pretty badass, though. I'm not gonna lie. Where'd it go? Yeah. It's like, it's only on the gray letters. Well, let's try it down here. Set it back up, see if it'll work. I don't know if I want this one. Let's just get this out of here for now. I don't think I want this one yet. I need to make my little mask. If I duplicate this, I'll just use a flat or a straight one for now and mask it and move it over a little. Duplicate, Shift E to go to prototype mode. I guess we'll try to do the standard delay thing here, and we'll send it back just for fun. Okay, but then in here we need our mask thingy to zip all the way across, and so that it'll flow. Ooh, hello, slow down. I got an idea. Why don't we just make it bigger? Now, if I change this one and not that one, this is the problem with having... Okay, so here there's some sort of multi-editing on. Is it, though? I only have one of them selected. If I, like, change the width. Charlie Murphy.
What's up, dude? I'm in your stream right now.
Really? Nobody watches my streams. What are you doing?
Dude, we're trying to build.
Let's build something.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know I was in there. But what are you working on?
Oh, there you are.
I have it paused right at the moment, but yeah.
I am the digital mastermind. I just said hey in chat.
It looks like there's somebody else watching as well right now. Just two people in the chat.
That's slightly possible.
It said one a minute ago.
It could be me though.
No, I don't think, because it said when I got in it said one. I figured the one was me, so I figured it was somebody else.
Well, if there's anyone in chat or on the stream you want to chat, just drop a message in the chat and I will maybe not see it because I don't really watch that. But dude, I'm trying to do some motion graphics. You should watch this. It's pretty badass. It's pretty.
Well, the title that caught my attention was how to add a Spotify widget to OBS, which I'd be interested in knowing how to do that. But I guess you already did that, so I'm down to watch whatever you're doing now.
So the Spotify thing should be done. It's the 8 minutes video, 8 minute and 4 second video. This one is the title should be Figma animation issues. I think I set it up properly. It's really wonky how you have to change the title and like stop the stream and restart it and change the title. All these, I'm still getting used to it, but I should turn the music up here so people can listen with my Spotify. You like my Spotify widget? You can see what I'm listening to.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to see if I'm getting any of that audio.
I can turn it up. I have Spotify, like the Spotify volume.
Let me click open the YouTube as my photo badge. It would.
Hey, you should just hop in the Discord. Let me open up Discord and hop in there, and then you can actually like talk on the recording on the stream.
Okay.
And you can be famous like me. All right, we'll see you on Discord.
Let's see.
Alright, so my cousin called me. He is gonna hopefully jump in here in Discord. And then we can talk about it. I'm probably gonna forget to use my push to talk button like I usually do, but we'll figure that out as we go. And I'm not streaming the audio to Discord. In order for the Discord people to hear the music, I'm gonna have to do a different thing, like use the Fred boat. Fred boat. Alright, so what are we doing here? Trying to use Figma. And did it work? Yeah, it's just going super duper fast. And probably needs some kind of where's the thing? Hold spacebar to keep it in place. So yeah, it's Figma renders weird for when it's downscaling, but I think when you maximize this thing, is this really stuck underneath there? Wow. You can really pop it out into its own like Windows window. Close the sidebar, go full screen. Come on now. Oh, it's not. Maybe that's just full resolution. Okay, so it's having some rendering issues. Fill screen, and I'll make it even bigger. Still having, it's this border around the
Check 1 2.
Earth to Charles. I read you.
Where's okay? Hold on, I gotta turn off my my speaker. All right, one more time. I think I'm good.
Charlie Merve, can you hear me?
Cool. Yeah. I gotta turn up your audio though. I can barely hear you.
It might be on my wrong mic here again. Let me see.
I might.
No, it should be set up properly. Maybe it's just your volume.
Yeah, I think it's just the in-app volume. Let's see. Voice settings. Volume. Check. You say something right quick?
Yo.
Damn, what the fuck? I'm gonna join on my Xbox and see if that's any easier. I'll be right back.
Alright. Could be me. Could be my volume. Are there window settings for mic volume? My OBS settings are... Yeah, it is a little quiet though. It's like, I don't know if I can boost that somehow in the settings.
Okay, hello.
Hey.
I think that should be good.
The better, or is it still quiet? I think actually my mic might be kind of quiet.
Alright, so tell me what you're up to exactly.
I am working in Figma. Can you hear me?
What the fuck? Am I getting any audio?
No, I don't think you can hear me.
What the fuck? Give me a minute here, man. Sure, it's a message. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm a dummy.
Sorry, man. It happens the best of us.
Alright, we're here. We're good. We
hear
are
me?
on. We are online. Yeah, I got my headset on.
We are
Yeah.
on the interweb.
Yeah.
We are about to do things.
What's going on
So,
over yonder?
Well, if best way for you to see what I'm doing is I'm still streaming to YouTube.
Okay, so
It's
let's see.
let me go find what the hell. I can't. My push to talk is doing weird shit. Hold on. I can't talk. I have my thumb button wired up for push to talk, and it's kind of mapping through the F9 key, which has some really weird effects. But it won't let me switch programs when I'm talking, so like I have to stop talking randomly to do things on the computer.
Yeah. All right. Well.
So it's called Figma animation issues. It should be if you go to the channel, just like the #1 thing is I'm actually.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you clicking on right now? I'm trying to see if it's live. Are you highlighting Figma animation? Is that what you were just doing?
Yeah, I think so. Now I'm on my channel page. It says digital.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just your picture is not linked up with your. I'm watching the live stream. Now I'm watching the live stream. Not linked up with your. I think yeah. It just didn't look like your video was synced up, but maybe it is.
There's quite a delay, and so
yeah,
like 10 or so seconds. It can be kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll go back to Figma. I'm looking at Figma right. Not yet. No, not that one. All right, right now.
Okay.
The words
Google Images.
The word typography should appear on the screen twice.
Okay, yeah.
Figma.
Yeah, we're a little ahead in the audio department, but it's all good.
Yeah. So I was doing this with. There's this other guy, Jackson, that has been hopping in my stream on Twitch sometimes. I was multi-streaming to Twitch and Twitter and YouTube yesterday for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hanging out with that Jackson guy, and like it was kind of cool that I got all three. I have to run multiple instances of OBS, so you open the program, and it's basically like it's basically like having the program running 3 times. It's taking your display information and beaming it to the streaming servers, one for each of the 3. And so thankfully I got a new cooling pad for my computer because it's been blown
Oh
up
yeah.
and melting down.
Mm-hmm.
And turn up this music on my stream. Maybe not too much for us to hear. The whole like streaming with music thing is weird. It's like
Yeah.
the copyright, but also, well, yeah. So now I'm like, okay, turn it down a little bit. That's still can't really talk with music going. But I kind of like the idea of having the music playing as just if I were to try and stream like these long like yesterday I was streaming for 3 hours, hanging out with Jackson, and by the time I was done, I don't know if anyone's ever gonna watch it, but if anyone were hanging out, like just there's long periods of time where, for example, if I'm working on something, having that music. Can you hear the music?
Oh, I can't. There was a distant little bit of noise, but no, not really.
What the hell? I wonder if they block it. It's this Sogno di Volare guy.
I mean, I bet if I turned on my YouTube audio that I could probably hear it through the YouTube, but I can't hear it through the Discord, is I guess what I was saying.
Oh, okay. So that's how it should be. I'm not broadcasting via Discord. It's just through the.
All right,
turn on the YouTube audio real quick.
I'll turn it on.
You're gonna hear me talking like 10 seconds in delay, but just see if you can hear the music real quick.
Yeah.
Actually, I can probably test it on my.
Yeah, you can hear it. It's like I don't know what it is, but it sounds. Yeah, I can hear it.
I don't
know what it is, but it sounds. Yeah, I can hear it. But it sounds. Yeah, I can hear it.
I can't tell. I can't really tell because it's it's playing over itself. Because it's it's playing. I think it's going. Anyway, it's crazy, man. All this. It's so complicated. Like now I'm looking at the YouTube Studio stream screen. There's just so many goddamn settings. It's a nightmare. Like, I cannot imagine how so many people figure out how to do this. It's like I'm a pretty technical person, and I mean I figured it out. It's not rocket science once you know what to do, but there's so many settings and so many options and widgets and plugins and software and. This is this Jackson guy's Twitch stream here, and the lag. It's like 20 seconds or so. This is rough. He was using Blender 3 program.
Oh, I see. Cool.
But yeah, so I was working on this Figma thing. I don't know if you're actually interested in Figma and what I was working, or if you're just coming to say hi, which is cool too.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Figma. But what does the program do?
It's graphic design is basically like a Photoshop or an Illustrator. It's kind of a dumbed down version of both of those, but it's very simple and I was making some graphics yesterday for my stream.
Yeah.
You can see I'm here. I mean, it's going to be a 10-second delay, but you should see things kind of popping up as I...
Yeah, I'm looking.
These are kind of cool graphics. You can do these animations, and... So, like, graphic design is this crazy space. Like, space meaning, like, the number of permutations of everything. The background, the foreground, the words, the colors, the shapes. Like, the hierarchy, the way everything interacts together. Can you see my little splat guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like... There's just infinite potential for design. Like, size-wise, space-wise, information, communication. It's just like, it blows my mind. But so Figma, this is Figma. It's like a kind of infinite canvas for just putting shit wherever you want. And, and you can do animations in there, which is pretty cool. But figuring out the right well, okay, so what I was going to say with animation and just design it. So first, design is like this infinite space. It's like, what do you put on the canvas? What does the canvas even look like, right? Like the size and shape and the permutations of potential images you can create are like insane, right?
Yeah.
Like nearly infinite. And then if you animate it, now you have this concept of time, which just takes that infinity and multiplies it by infinity, because it can be any arbitrary length. It could be 5 seconds or 5 hours or 5 days long, right? You know, you could create any amount of content, and the way that things move around, the way that you display things, the order you do it in, it's literally infinite potential. And so it's kind of this it's this thing I've been struggling with, where I want to create content that catches people's attention, and I kind of know how to do it. Like, it needs to look good, it needs to like work well, it needs to catch your attention. Like this little smart guy, he could catch somebody's attention
for sure,
especially if he starts saying shit.
Yeah,
like I could just use my
voice. It makes me think of like
those
it makes me think of those like after school. There's like a YouTube channel called After School, I think, where they just talk about different
on the whiteboard. Whoever does the whiteboard drawings is insanely good at drawing.
Yeah, for sure. But you could animate it that probably, if you knew how to do it.
Yeah, every animation style is like, I don't know if I'm trying to remember if there's this time-lapsed or if they're using some sort of like editing trickery. See, some of those whiteboards it's all digital. There's no one actually using a whiteboard. They just kind of like scribble it on and make it look use a hand, like this graphic of a hand moving around. I think that one's actually somebody's real hand, and they're actually like erasing on the whiteboard. I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I think you can see little like dry erase marker fragments on the marker board where they're actually drawing it all out and erasing certain pieces as they go. And like the way they just knit all of that visual information together, I remember it was like, I was just super impressed. It's one of the best I've ever seen, because I don't think they're really doing it improvisationally, but the way they make it seem is like they're literally illustrating almost every word in very high with very high accuracy. They're picking the right visual, the right person, the right words, the right thing, and it's just like bam, bam, bam. Like every little. So like a lot of videos you'll watch, there'll be somebody saying something, and sometimes you'll see some kind of like image or background video or something on the screen that shows you, or that correlates to what they're talking about, right? But how well they picked their background footage essentially varies greatly. Some videos I watch where it's like, wait, what am I looking at? Like, this has nothing to do or very little to do, or like, you know, you can kind of see a little bit of semblance to it, but it's, you know, a lot of times a video just has almost distracting background footage that doesn't really help. And then
Yeah.
after school, you know, has all of these very on point, you know, I should probably watch some of theirs again just to kind of take notes, and because the whole process of trying to think, what do you show, like when you're, whatever it is you're saying, what do you show and how do you best visually communicate the idea? It's not necessarily an easy question.
Right.
It helps to be able to draw really well, to draw whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure it does.
Well, so this is Figma. It does animation, and it's bugging out on me, so that's what I was doing here.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard you saying as I got in.
Now it's actually, wait, was it already? Maybe I fixed it. It's like going back and forth between being fixed and bugging out. I don't know if you can see the stream. It's got this like faint outline around the letters it's kind of glitchy.
Hard to tell.
So on the one on the left side, there's like this little, so the stream quality might not be good enough, but on my screen around the gray letters, there's just like a black line that shouldn't be there. It doesn't show up on this one, but on this one it does. Here, let me see if I can. When I zoom in on this thing, you can see these like this dark gray outline to it.
I see the dark. I see the, you know, the shaded section, obviously.
Well, I mean, there's the light gray section, but you see this. It's like the outline, right? The line that traces the gray. This is the gray area, and then this is this dark. All these dark pixels that are way too dark. It's like creates. It's almost like somebody went around the letters and traced them.
Right. Right.
I don't want that. And over here, if you zoom in on it, there is no. This is the source of this, like. This is like the presentation of this, the animated version or whatever. And so what I was doing is I was going through and trying to put an effect down there, this drop shadow thing, which you can see if I turn it on and off, but trying to use that to like mask the darkness. But I think maybe I just give up here and be like, I don't think Figma is the right tool for the animation job.
No.
So I was saying before you jumped in, or before you called me, it's like, I'm on the fence, and I've used it off and on for lots of different things, and sometimes it, let me see if I can find that other one where I had some, you want to see my nipple?
Sure.
Drawing a digital nipple, you see it? It's just like it's a radial gradient.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a circle with some gradient shapes on there, but if you
pretty epic.
Configure them the right way, it looks like a nipple or something. Anyway, there is in here, okay, watch this. This is cool. This one, I think.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, so these little cards. It's so simple, but like, it's just basically like a subtle highlight to the thing that you're talking about. Like, okay, here's number 1. Here's number 2.
Right.
Here's number 3. It wasn't terribly hard to set up. Whoops, but it takes
I see what you're doing.
It takes, you use these frames, right, to set it up, and you enlarge one of them, and then you enlarge the next one, and then you enlarge the third one. So that, I think, is really cool. You don't see many videos that have just really crisp, clean motion and layout. This is like layout and motion. And those are two things I spent an enormous amount of time, like, kind of trying to wrap my head around conceptually and try and figure out how to do it. And I've always felt like there's really simple ways to create some really nice, clean graphics that, it's like, what kind of motion do you want? What kind of layout do you want? Both of those questions. I've experimented with all kinds of fancy things, like that little typography thing I was working with, like stuff whooshing around and, bouncing and spinning and whatever. But sometimes just the simplest, like, it changes, the background changes color just a little bit. It just grows a little bit. It's so subtle. It's not jarring. It's not, like, confusing. It's just, I think that kind of, like, if I put the right things in these boxes, I feel like I could sell that video template, like help people create videos that are just very simple and easy with motion graphics is kind of the idea. I think there's some value to it, but I need to figure out exactly what to put in there and how to do it. And like, you probably need to, a title for the whole system here, and the three things need to be kind of coherent and make sense together, so that when you go from 1 to 2 to 3, like, people kind of like follow along and can see what you're doing. And so like a title for the whole slide and a title for each card would probably be in order, some sort of words. And then I could go through and kind of spend some time on each slide explaining each one. And that's it. Like, it's pretty damn simple. I think I could use that. Like, I don't know if I've told you, I've been boosting my shit on social media. It's several $100s trying to get people to just like join my Discord or follow me on Twitter or whatever. Nobody wants to do it. And so
I mean, you only been doing it a couple days, I think.
Yeah, enough. A couple days. But I mean, well, what I keep writing down is nobody cares. Like, that's the lesson I've been learning, is that nobody cares. Yeah. I feel like everyone will always be better than me at everything. It's a very negative, like, attitude, right? It's kind of like
I mean, yeah, I've had these similar thoughts, but like, try not to. I don't know.
Life is so competitive, but the thing about it is that, like, if you look at the population, it's like this crazy, like the distribution of talent or whatever. It's very unequal.
For sure. Yeah, it definitely is. Skewed. Something I've been thinking about too.
Let me see if I can draw this. I don't know if you're still watching.
Yeah, let me pull it back up. I just closed it. Alright, yeah, I'm with you.
I'm not doing this the right way, but I'm just trying to, like... So
everyone will always be better than me at something. I don't know about everything.
Well, I mean, it's like no matter what I try to do and be good at, there's always people that are just insanely better at it. And it's because of this effect. It's like at the top, the top 10, this is like the top 10% or less or whatever. And there's this like sharp, very unequal distribution where most people are in this like, amateurs, beginners, not good enough. And then for whatever reason, some people just start getting insanely good at things. It's not exactly like this, but I think some people are so much better than the rest of, the people that it feels like this. Like there's, the big streamers have like millions and millions of followers, and like most streamers, if you were to chart all the streamers in the world and their follower counts, it's going to look something like this. Like 90% of them are going to have, less than 100, less than 1,000 or whatever this, kind of floor level is. And then you're going to start having this insanely steep climb up to like the mega millions. And it's the same with chess. It's the same with StarCraft. It's the same with sports. It's the same with business. It's the same with jobs. I think like anything that's competitive, you have this effect where like it seems like everyone's better than you. And it's mainly because, number one, there are a lot of people competing, and there are people who are really, really good, and but then also the fact that you typically only see, or you feel kind of the people who are better than you. So like Yeah, it depends on how far up the ladder you are, sort of a thing on each thing. Like to the degree to which this statement is true. This whole like, man, I suck and everyone's better than me. It's like for some things, like yeah, you probably do suck and everyone is better than you.
Yeah.
And then for some other things, it's like chess. I don't know. I was up to 1,000. My rank, I was doing pretty well. So I went on vacation to Puerto Rico for like a week or so, and I was battling the entire time, going between like even in the 600s, then back up to the 700s, and trying to push through like that 800 range, and kept falling back down into the 700s, and just kind of like it's sort of like what I remember of poker. When you'd have a losing day playing poker, it would just feel bad, and you'd be like, fuck, and I just want to play more. Not that I really want to play more, I just feel almost like obligated, like I've lost. Like if I play in the morning and lose, and my score goes down, it's like, man, I'm at a deficit here. I need to play some more games to like get this back up, right? I don't know if you've ever had that feeling with.
For sure. I mean, not necessarily with chess, but like, yeah, I mean, I was on the treadmill earlier, and I got 8 miles the other day, and I just could barely get 5 today. So I kind of feel it.
Yeah. So what have you been doing?
Been looking for a place to live. We're trying to see if we can close on this place here in New Mexico. My parents. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm a little nervous because I don't want this place to slip by. I think it's a really awesome place. But yeah, other than that, I've just been running, trying to eat somewhat healthful, like, treat my body decent in terms of not eating too much crap food.
Cool.
What else? Yeah, I don't know. I've been hiking a little bit. I was supposed to go down and ride horses today, but I was getting my AC fixed, and it just took way longer than I expected, and so I had to cancel. But I did ride a horse for the first time the other week.
Damn, dude, nice. Horses are badass. They're like.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was 1,000 pounds, and. Yeah, just being on top of it is a really weird feeling. It's like this thing doesn't really have to listen to me, but it should, because it's like I'm supposed to guide it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we did some horseback riding in Puerto Rico. I mean, it's just
nice.
It was just walking. I don't know if you were doing any like trotting or probably not galloping, right?
Yeah, just walking at this point.
Are there any real people on the internet? I just found a graphic here. I don't know if you're still watching. It says, are there any real people on the internet? I've been paying money to boost my posts, and nobody cares. We're on the brink of World War III, and nobody cares.
Where is this? I don't know if I'm behind. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go.
Sometimes you gotta click the live button to catch up.
Yeah. To smoke or not to smoke, that's a good one that I've been thinking about. I gotta figure out some form of scheduling, or like just a way so that it's not so loosey-goosey. I'm just not allowing myself to smoke whenever the fuck I want to smoke. It just like is an open-ended thing that I want to put some boundaries around.
Does it always feel good?
When I smoke?
Yeah, do you ever get a bad experience?
Not really. It always feels pretty good. That's the hard part, honestly. And then once you go a couple days or like a day, you're like, how much better would it be to go back and enjoy it after having let your receptors get a little break. But at the end of the day, I'm just not as productive when I'm smoking all the time. Like my life could be a lot more if I at least had a better handle on it.
Yeah, I mean, number one, never count yourself out. Like, if you just set your sights on something, like just pick some little thing to like push through the dread. I mean, it's really kind of a crazy thing. Like, I don't know if I don't know if you experience this. I don't know if you experience dread the same way I do, but sometimes I get kind of just like into a mode where I can't focus on anything. I don't really want to do anything, and I'm just kind of like useless. But the point I guess I was trying to make is sometimes it feels really hard to like push through that and motivate to do something that like I don't want to do, like to clean something up or to, you know, or to not smoke again, or to like, you know, do something productive rather than play StarCraft, or, you know, whatever it is. Sometimes the dread is way stronger than others. Sometimes it's literally like, I'm not sure if I can spiritually manifest the energy to push through this dread. But sometimes I can. Sometimes it feels pretty strong. But the thing is, I guess the point I'm trying to make is when you recognize that there's some sort of dread coming over you, it's like, what the fuck is that? Is this my brain?
No, that's... Yeah, I mean, I've been doing some... I don't know if it's a family-friendly podcast or not, but, or, you know...
We're talking about smoking, and I just dropped the F-bomb. You say whatever the hell you
want. Well, all right. Yeah, so I've been doing some LSD trips, and, dude, that will make you... That'll, like, allow you to meet your own dread.
Okay.
Yeah,
in
like, because it comes... in a strong way where, like, it can be bad, and it's like, yeah, it's like you have to fight that, though. Like, I remember one time I was just kind of sitting with where I had gotten myself and like how strong the trip was, and yeah, dread starts to come in, but like I remember saying to myself, like, the spirit must endure, like it has to go on, you know, like the spirit is so strong, but yeah, I mean, it'll definitely bring you to those especially if you do too much, it'll bring you real quick to be like, okay, well, this is reality right now. You got like fucking pollen in the air, you can't breathe. Shit starts to like fuck with your head a little bit, but it's about bringing it back and like finding your way back, I've found.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like some sort of spiritual journey where you're kind of like, or a battle even, like you're kind of fighting some negative energy, and you gotta like navigate. It's like a combination of thoughts and feelings at the same time. Some of them good, some of them bad, and wildly varying degrees of them. I had some bad trips in college on mushrooms, and like a couple really, really bad ones that were kind of like, well, I mean, I had a lot of weird or crazy experiences, I guess, like falling downstairs or like getting into fights and getting your face busted up or whatever, you know, like things that just rock you to your core that you regret for like days. But I would say like some of the bad trips were just kind of extremely intense. Like this one time, it was extremely intense for a long time, for like several hours. I finally was alone. For a while I was with a bunch of people that kind of set it off, and I took way too much and whatever. And then when I finally went to be alone, I was able to be alone in my room, but like I couldn't sleep. Like your brain can't shut down when you're tripping balls, and then it was just very like kind of wild all over the place feelings, like a lot of just kind of like feeling really sick, like you had to throw up, but also looking in the mirror and seeing like my like I could like see my skeleton almost, or like my brain was like really focused on like the skull or whatever. Like, there's just weird stuff going on, and just I don't know. So that was kind of like the first experiences I would talk about or could relate to in terms of bad trips. And I wouldn't say that smoking weed gives me bad trips in the same regard, but I do have some quite frequently anxiety. I guess I would just summarize it all as like anxiety when it comes to trying to smoke, or like today I took an edible, and actually today was pretty good. And so like the number of days where I'm actually getting in the zone and start feeling some flow and can, you know, feel like I can work on something, for example. It's usually I get pretty reliable results, at least more than not completely negative. Like it's not so bad that, you know, that it's a varying degree of how good it is, and sometimes it's like barely even positive, and sometimes I think it probably is more negative and it just backfires, and it's like, whoa, like, you know, I just have almost like a bad trip, but it's more, you know, it's different on weed. But yeah, so Well, and in my battle with, you know, cannabis, it's like it's coffee and cannabis are kind of
Yeah,
both
for sure, and for
similar
me too,
things.
it's nicotine as well. It's the trifecta: the nicotine, the weed, and the caffeine. It's
I
like
look at it as if I don't do it, I don't have the will to work on things, and so
yeah,
and that's a dangerous kind of like dependency to have is in order to be a productive human. And I'm not that productive. In fact, I'm terribly unproductive. But like, it's like the only thing I can do, and so it's kind of well, and it is sort of selfish, right? Like it's, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if it's stealing cookies from the cookie jar or something. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you're getting to feel good without having to do anything for it, right? Just rolling
yeah,
up a J or, you know, eating an edible or whatever. It's like
for sure.
it's kind
I've heard people argue that, like, you know, with the act of like smoking a cigarette or something, that like some people get so, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have, you know, some things that like make you feel good. I think like if they're destroying your life, like, or if they just don't make you feel good, then like obviously the natural thing is to stop. But you know, there's people that will argue that, you know, you're more likely to die from like non-smoking and just the uptightness that comes with like, oh, I haven't smoked in 3 years, 2 days, 5 minutes, and 14 seconds. You know, like there's a balance between. I think there can be a balance. That's at least what some people think, is just that like it takes more energy to be a non-smoker than to just like some people smoke and live till they're 100 fucking years old, you know.
you ever take breaks?
I personally really don't. The only breaks I've taken have been like involuntary. So yeah, but like I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, I've proven to myself that I, you know, can smoke if I want to. It's like it's an option in my life. It's not like it's really going anywhere, but just how much is it helping me, or like how much is it could my life be better without it? You know, that's really the question, is could my life be better without doing it so much? And that's a hard question because it's not really ever bad for me. I feel like I get decent workouts even being a smoker.
Well, if you're smoking two things, we gotta like specify what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, weed. I'm back to weed. Sorry.
Because I never really got anything from nicotine, so I can't really relate as well to the question of, you know, well, you can kind of play all the things for either one. Like, do you take a break? How dependent are you? How much does it help you? How much do you notice like negative side effects? All those things, right? It's like a pretty complex decision that each person, I think, has to. But generally speaking, I think there is something to. I remember telling Kevin this. I kind of came to the realization that it's kind of one of those too good to be true things, right? Like sitting around and using drugs is. I mean, if you're careful with it and you try and find like the most sustainable pattern you can, essentially, where like, you know, you're trying not to abuse it too much and you're trying to still maintain a somewhat healthy life, I think it's doable. Again, it seems to me like maybe it's sort of a trap. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, I think it can be. I think one thing that I want to make sure I'm doing is just like adding things into my life. If I'm not adding things in, then I'm not really doing more. Like I'm not expanding. I don't know. Check. You there?
Yo, yeah.
But one thing I will tell you is how much eating junk food has caught up to me, just being almost 28. I can't go, like, I'll immediately feel the effects in my stomach, like if I eat a bag of chips or something. It's crazy.
I like junk food. I eat a lot of junk food lately.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to on the opposite end of like, you know, I used to try and not eat so much, but
Dude, that's a dangerous
makes-
road. You'll find yourself gaining a lot of weight that way. Because I was on the quote unquote seafood diet. You see it, you eat it. I like literally let myself do that for a year or two and gained like 50, 60 pounds. So I would just throw a little caution to eating whatever you want, because as good as it is and is like satisfying as it can be, it'll catch up to you quick. At least I noticed. I don't know if I'm still in here or not.
oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm messing around with something.
I'm gonna try and throw a game on here. See if it's if you hear the clicking, just let me know and I'll turn it off, like the controller clicking.
What game you playing?
Little UFC 5. I actually think it's a lot like chess. Definitely different because I'm not good at chess. I am good at this game, but it's just like you got to know, like if there's a super aggressive opponent, like how to, you know, just like where to throw your punches, like kicks. It's pretty intricate. I like it.
You have to block in certain directions. Dude, stream it.
No,
What?
yeah, I
system are you
should
on?
stream it. What? I'm on my Xbox. What did you ask?
Can you stream?
I
to
have it
Discord?
set up where I could stream it to Twitch. I don't know about Discord. I don't know how to do that.
Go
But
look
yeah,
through your
let me
Discord.
exit out of this.
Go look through your Discord app. It probably isn't so hard. Usually there's just like a share screen or because like just like you can.
Through my Xbox or through the app?
Well, if Discord's running on your Xbox, then
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you should be able. You want to go into your like Discord settings. So like find your Discord
Oh,
profile.
here, stream your game. It says stream your game.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, let's see. Start streaming. Resolution 720. It's got 1080 locked.
Yeah, buddy, for it. Just do 720. It's just so I can see what it looks like, right?
Yeah, okay. So I should be streaming. Let's see if you can see what I look like.
It says live.
Yeah.
Xbox. Wait a second.
There we go. I can see my own stream.
Oh, I have to click on the lobby thing, and then.
Yeah, I just clicked on the little live button.
There we go. I see. Prospect.
Yeah. So yeah, here I'll throw myself into a game. And dude, some guys are really good and they'll make you feel like you're not good at all at this game. But other times I'll go on like 8, 9, you know, winning or like game win streaks. That shit's fun.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. The graphics are pretty badass. Who is this guy? Am I supposed to know who he is?
That's me, dog.
You don't have a mustache like that.
Nah, but one can dream. I used to have him with a big beard, but I cut my own beard, so I took it off him. All right, you see this? Is this
baby, I'm
live?
watching. Yeah, we're live.
All right,
mean,
so
it's
I
not
was
full
going to
screen,
touch the gloves.
Oh, it's not first person? Okay.
No, it's not.
Street
It's not first
Fighter
person. This,
style.
yeah.
For some reason I was thinking first
Oh,
person.
he rocked me. I gotta reel it in.
Can you grapple?
Yeah, you can, but like a lot of people don't grapple in this game. It's widely played as a kickboxing game. You see me just rock his
buddy.
ass?
That's pretty
Like that,
badass,
my
dude.
guy. They're a little. So do a poke to the leg. Oh, all right. There we go.
You got so much stamina, you gotta use it. Man, you're
Yeah,
working
stamina's
with
key, dude. That's how you know I'm winning, is because he's just. I'm doing a lot of damage, which damage causes stamina, but also missed shots causes stamina more so. And then when he does this big flurry, I'll just throw a knee up the middle, and that really will drain his stamina. Body shots are good for that. This guy's pretty much given up at this point. There we go. Take a seat, my dude.
The way his body went limp. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun game. I got my little tattoos on my leg, just like in real life. I got some on the head, which maybe, might happen in the future, but yeah, it's just fun.
I played a boxing game once that was kind of like a first person, and I think you had to throw, you could throw high right, high left, low right, right? Like the direction. It was attacks and blocks, so you kind of had this directional. And it was kind of weird because, I don't know if you were supposed to be able to see the direction that the punch was coming from or in or whatever, and then react in time and be able to block them as they come. Maybe some people could train themselves to do it. I never could.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if there's some of that going on. But
there's not directional blocking, but I think there's another game called For Honor, which is like Knights versus Samurai versus Vikings. You could pick your character, and it's just 1v1, kind of like UFC 5, but with swords. And there's a lot of parrying and block breaking, and I think there is directional blocking in that one as well. So that one I'd never really caught on to, but I think it's probably a cool game.
I'm partial to MMOs, so I think
when
I see that, I'm only thinking about I bet this could be integrated into an MMO. Well, because in Ultima Online, you had this. You had different fighting skills like swords and fences and all these things, but you had for weaponless mages, you'd have wrestling, and if you get close to somebody, you'd actually kind of start throwing punches at them, right? Okay. I don't know how many MMOs more open world games, kind of like a Elder Scrolls or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how many open world games really focus on hand-to-hand combat, but I feel like you could make a pretty badass game.
Yeah, that could be cool.
A pretty decent hand-to-hand element. And make.
I mean, they're doing kind of it's definitely not hand-to-hand, but it just reminds me of the 2K. 2K is almost becoming like an MMO, the NBA game, where it's you have your character and you can walk around in a virtual server, so you get to see all the other people walking around and going into shops and starting basketball games. So they're doing it. It's NBA 2K. All of the last couple of years have been doing it like this. And yeah, so it's basically a fucking NBA MMO, which is wild to think about. I mean, it's not like you're not interacting necessarily with the other players in that server where you're you can't fucking fight the other players or anything like that, but you're walking around, you move past them, you see them, and you get to design your character, and then you hop into whatever server you want to play in. So it's cool. I like that, but
hop into
they could definitely
play in. I don't know how do servers. Are you talking about
if you wanted to do a 1v1 or a 3v3, you just go to the specific place in the map, and then you walk in, and it loads you into whatever game you want.
I'm trying to see a
but they could easily do.
I don't see it.
They could easily do that with the UFC game as well. They could
just
fucking make a little town to walk around.
Is there a name for
Yeah, I'll send you a link. Let's see, NBA 2K. I played 23.
Or the server select. I'm trying to think what I should.
Yeah, NBA 2K23. I'm gonna say. I think they called it the Goat Boat. It was I'm gonna send you this link.
A goat boat.
Yeah, so that was the theme was everybody was on a boat, and there's different levels, and yeah, I'm gonna send you this link.
I do see some sort of like, almost looks like a giant cruise ship or something.
Yeah.
Are you sending this on?
Yeah, my bad. I just sent it to you through, actually through text. I just sent it to your phone. But next time I'll put it in the Discord.
See if I can get Eric in here. Maybe I'll just ping people in Discord and see if anyone wants to jump in.
How far do you think we are out? We are out from World War III. So you gotta.
Could be hours. I mean, honestly, like
Could be hours.
Every day in the news, the world
No, I
leaders
mean for
are
sure.
talking about
It could be.
Like we are.
Yeah.
They're saying we are on the brink of launching nukes. That's what everyone has been saying for like weeks now. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Damn. Yeah, that's.
I don't think people realize like how bad nuclear annihilation would be. It would be once the first nuke goes into the air, like all the nukes go into the air. It's just, you know, we're about to blow up the planet.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's time. You know, maybe we're ready to do a little reset, a little blow in the console. You know, I can shake the, you know. Yeah, just give it a little reset. But
so I see the picture you sent me, or at least like it loaded the same picture I have on my computer here. In fact, it's I think it's the same.
Let me go back to the
courtside report. What is this courtside report?
Oh, so yeah, I'm not sure if that's the link I sent you, but basically, you can see like if you go to the Google Images, there's like a little town, there's different courts, and so you basically it's just a server where you. Yeah, so you can, it's just like people are just running around. There's nobody populated on that right now, but usually there's people all over, and that's the basic idea of it. Here, let me click live. Oops.
Carter here, and I am back with some NBA 2K23
I might get.
Let's see what we got.
I might get fucked by
Some
YouTube
guy
for streaming somebody else's content.
Oh yeah, you don't need to if it feels like it's gonna be an issue.
I'm just checking out this.
Is this some guy talking about NBA 2K?
Yeah, he's going through this goat boat thing. You've actually seen this thing with people running around in it?
Yes.
Can you go there right now?
Yeah, well, I think the 24 is out now, so I don't know if these servers are still up. But at one point, yeah, you could just hop in. Like that was the 1v1 court. I think the one you're looking at right there.
I'm not seeing anyone on it though.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not using populated pictures, but let me find you a picture that's got like image of people there. It is funny that none of these had people in them.
A basketball like virtual reality.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go.
Cool,
I'm just gonna send you this picture.
Time, I think. Well, I mean, I think it could be badass, but like, if it's only for basketball, then it's kind of like, how much time do you spend in this virtual basketball world?
Well, I mean, that's the question. But here, I just put something in the Discord. That's like a picture of some stock dude running by another stock dude with the brown shirt. But that's like inside the boat in like the market area. So there's like an elevator you can see. There's a tattoo parlor. You can go and put tattoos on your dude. Yeah.
Can you can't play this right now though? Like you couldn't show me how this works?
Well, 24 I'm sure is, I don't know what they're doing for 24. And I don't think you probably could get on and play 23 right now. Or I could, I don't even know if I have it downloaded. Let me see what they're doing for NBA 2K24. I heard for the 24 that it kind of got a little bit out of control, where like you're having to walk, like it's like a walking game. You're having to walk distances to go find games of basketball.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 24. But are you ready? Yeah, the question was ready. Are you ready for World War III? Are you ready?
No, absolutely not.
You got anything in?
Trying to get a couple followers.
Yeah. No response from Eric.
But probably hire someone.
Yeah, maybe he's doing comedy show. You never know.
Check it out. You still watching my stream?
Yeah.
See this little graphic? Boom.
Should happiness be free? Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice animation.
I feel like it should be bigger though. Problem is that once I have 2 frames, like going back to edit something is just a pain in the ass. Like I can't really edit it without like redoing the whole damn thing. But what I can
Is there a way to save?
Well, sort of. I mean, I can duplicate stuff, but like, it's just So, I mean, I've duplicated this text in both frames. It's like hiding in this one. In order to have it reveal, it has to like be hidden.
Okay.
And so it's like a copy of it. And the thing does this smart animate and like knows that it's the same layer, and like that's how it goes from one frame to the next. It's kind of like, it's not the right application for this, but it looks kind of cool. And if I'm careful, I think I can go in here and multi-edit the actual content. I did not use the right layout for this, but yeah, I mean, there's the... So, I mean, the idea is to use it as a template, so my little splat guy can say whatever he wants, right?
Right.
And then the question is, how do you get that, like, into... I don't know if I use it for streaming or for video production or whatever. But motion graphics are cool. I think there's just so much potential for making cool looking shit and trying to grab people's attention and sell stuff. And it's like video production.
Yeah. Are you gonna be on for another minute? I gotta make a quick call. Should I plan to get back on?
I mean, it's up to you, man. I don't know. I don't know what to work on. And what I was gonna ask you, what kind of if I wanted to do like I could potentially do a daily thing. I was thinking if I were to do a daily thing at a certain time and try and find a time that works well for people, I could even do like multiple times. I'm here for a while, but if I wanted people to just jump in and say hi for like 5 minutes, like once a week or something, like you don't have to do it every day. Like what kind of time frame would work well for you? Like evenings,
probably like
mornings, like anything. Like if I just ping it, you know.
I mean, pretty much anything. The only thing I really have to work around is like Wednesdays is like a set thing. I'm gonna be riding horses, so outside of that, I'm pretty much
every Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do your evenings usually go? Usually I eat, in the evening, and then like takes a little bit to get back down here. Usually around 8 to 9 ish.
Yeah. I mean,
are you in Chicago time zone Central? Or are you hour?
No, I'm an hour. Let's think.
Right?
Yeah.
4:11 there.
It's 4:11. Yeah.
So at like 7 or 8 your time, are you usually just chilling at your place?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe tonight at 7 or 8. Like,
cool.
Let's meet up and let's try and rally the troops. Let's see if we can get Eric in there. He already said something. He posted his little stand-up thing in there and hasn't been back since. But if we can get all of us to hang out a little bit more. There's a couple other guys like from Albion and this streamer guy. Like, I just want to rally everyone, as many people as I can. And it doesn't have to be like, I don't want it to be like a chore where people get bored or just don't want to do it. It's sort of like come whenever you want, but I think it'd be cooler if we could hang out together and then start talking about, well, we can talk about whatever the hell we want, but maybe working towards like, well, one of the things we could do is boost some content. Try and like collaborate on whether it's video or streaming or creating some sort of brand, like some sort of like look and feel and content theme and all the things necessary to like launch some kind of social media, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, gaming, tech, whatever. Like, I have a lot of ideas. I think there's a lot of things to do. And you guys could, like, well, so one of the things about trying to rally people together to work on something is that you kind of need people who are really motivated to contribute and have the skills and, like, capacity. And I don't think, most people in my Discord server do. I'd be, like, trying to find people to do it. But what I could use as feedback is just kind of like, okay, so I got to figure all that out. Like, how do I lean on you guys for a couple minutes just to give me feedback? Like, what can I ask? What can I show you? What kind of questions can I ask to get feedback on it? And if we did that, like, well, I mean, frankly, just kind of like an accountability group, right? Have you been in something like that? I feel like maybe.
I've been in programs, so I guess you could say yeah.
So like, that's kind of just the basic thing, or basically what I'm thinking here is that if I can get people to come and listen to me for a few minutes, and then check back with me like once a week. I want to do it on demand. Like, if I could create a little video update, and get people to give me feedback. But that's really the thing, is like it's hard to get anyone to respond to anything. Like, if I post stuff in Discord, some people might see it eventually, but most people don't see it right away. But I mean, like, if I were trying to prepare something that I could, like, let's say it's a 5-minute video, or a 5-minute live stream or something, like in Discord, just come hang out for 5 minutes and listen to some little pitch. I'm gonna design something or make a video or whatever. I don't know exactly how it would work, but come listen for 5 minutes and then give me some feedback. I think people would be up for that, right? Like, it's pretty damn easy, and it would just be kind of like, if you're willing to join the Discord so far, I think most people in here would probably do that. I just have to figure out what is the content, what is the feedback, and what can I work. Like, I have a lot of things I could work towards that if I could use kind of like this sounding board, or like a board of directors or something. You guys can help me make decisions about like what to work on and what could work and what you think might work, and maybe even help boost some content. If I had like 10 people liking a post, that would be infinitely better than the 0 people who are liking a post right now, right? I don't know if you can short circuit the algorithm that way. That could also be like a quick part of the whole thing. It's like, okay, let's pick some kind of content for me to make, and then see if anyone will boost it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me think about it, and then like this evening, I will text you around 7 or 8 and see what you're up to, and maybe just hop in for a minute. Cool, man. I appreciate you coming, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
You have a good day. Take it easy.
All right. Likewise. See ya.
Don't smoke too much.
Yeah. All right. I won't get too cooked.
Later, man.
All right. Peace.
Alright, so I don't think there's any sense in streaming me just being me. I think I will... Oh, let me get back to this thing real quick. Do I just give up on this? It's very frustrating because I wanted Figma to work. And it's, in some ways, it's really crispy and snappy and works pretty well. And I don't know if it's like a resolution thing. It could have something to do with weird font sizes. I just have like 4 text layers now. Let's see if we can, I don't know, if we make this 72, is that one of the good ones? Maybe 64? Okay. Don't think that's gonna fix it, but let's see. Shift E, play. No. What is the problem? I could make the gray one a little bigger and that would probably fix it, but it seems a little wonky or hacky or whatever. Isn't it this whole group, right? It's really this text layer. Problem is, making it bigger, it needs to sort of stay in the same... Why does this look so funny? Is this not text anymore? Wait a second. These two are not text anymore. God damn it, what happened here? Alright, let's try again. Start over. I'm confused. Go a little smaller. Alright, let's make this a reasonable... Whoa, center please. A reasonable font size. Let's center this up so it doesn't move around so much. 64. Okay. Now, let's duplicate every step so that I don't have to redo things. Control P. I could make this componentized, but I'm going to skip that step for now. I believe this goes on top. This goes... No, I messed it up. Did it really? Why do I feel like I had to do that differently last time? Alright, so... well, can we see how this looks? Already broken. Making the gray bigger isn't... What I could do is just a stupid fix is change the... Change this flip-flop the colors and... What? Still no? Wait. I just messed that up. Okay. No, and now we're... What the hell? Why is that not a text layer? When did I smush it? Does it just do that? Oh, it does. Is it still editable? Oh, it is. Okay. What the hell was that? Jesus Christ, this is not working. Alright, so... If I can't get it to work, then maybe I have to do something else. I don't really want to use Resolve for this because this doesn't feel right. Oh, right, switching the colors. So this one becomes black, and this one becomes gray. Why is that? No. This one becomes gray. Jeez, okay. There we go. Swap the colors. Now, does it look right? Alright, it does. The black hides the gray better than the gray hides the black. It's not really surprising, but... Alright, so we come over here, and in this one we want the rectangle Or do we want to make it move? Whoops. Cross is kind of, whoops, come on now. Alright, I think that's what we want. These. Well. What time? All right. All right. Bye. All right. So let's see what this looks like. Whoa. I didn't move fast there, guys. How about both of these? Can we make the why is it so fast? Can't even see it. Just try making this longer. It's going so fast you can't see it. And I just slowed it down. Can you multi-edit these? Probably not. Oh, okay. Still seems awfully fast for the one. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. What if we really slow it down? Well, it maxes out at 10 seconds. Huh. Probably not the best program, but might be able to work, right? This is the story of my life. Is this the right thing to spend my time doing? I don't know. I think we're gonna shut this stream down here. I don't think I've gotten any copyright notices yet. That's kind of interesting.